All right. So I decided to actually start recording with me talking again. I'm not sure how much it adds, but let's just try. Actually turn off the camera. Okay. I'm not exactly sure what my goal is here. I do know I want to do something with a rainbow. So let's just make a very quick mock-up real quick. I'm literally just going to make a quick mock-up first and then get it to the exact result that I want, just so that I have an idea on size and visuals and that kind of stuff. Okay. I'm gonna throw a bend at it. 180 degrees. There. Apologies if you hear any sounds in the background, but that's something you should have to take for granted in this house. Alright. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Okay, it's about, I think, the size that I wanted. And I also want some clouds. I'm going to be quite lazy with them. Just going to get a few spheres here and there. I'll probably just copy and paste them around, just rotate them a little bit. And since I already got a texture somewhere, let's see if I can actually just get it in. No, of course not. Standard, diffuse, bitmap. And I want Theus max to be on work, tests. There should be a rainbow here. There we go. Come on. Oh, of course. There. And accidentally also gave that sphere the same texture. Somewhere the same. Rotate it. For now, that's fine. And basically, once I'm done this particle effect, it will just have a few clouds like this, and rainbow emitting in towards another cloud. And that's basically the whole effect. It won't be anything super special, but it should just give a nice semi-toonish result. Okay, since we now got something like this, we can actually copy and paste these here for now. Alright, now let's make something like this, but with a lot less place, at least for the clouds. I'm actually thinking of just making a very simple cloud and use the particle emitter to emit a few of them to give a bit more of a random semi-dynamic result. And use some Fresnel for some cool effects. Let's see. Should we start out with a box and just throw a lot of mesh smooths at it? That might actually be the easiest way. Do I still have the merge tool? Let's see. That's not good over. Where is it? Multi-measure. Yeah, okay. So yeah, we can do something like that. Kinematic lab, multi-measure. Note to self. Alright. Let's get a few simple boxes in here. We could also use geospheres, maybe. Let's see, I need a very low segmented geosphere. Okay, never mind. I'll just use boxes. give about the same result eventually. Okay, that's one box. 2 boxes. Oh. 3. 5. 6 and one more out here. Let's make it a bit thinner there. And make this one a bit taller. And this is going to be a cloud. Yes, it is going to be a cloud. I'll show you in a bit. Moving about the meshes a little so that everything looks a bit better. And let's be sure that nothing is overlapping here. Or at least nothing's on the same layer. There. Another one here. Push it out a little. As well as this one. Alright, now let's hope this works. I'm going to save real quick. Not in tests. Actually, let's go to here. It's day 50. Whew. RainBlow. That's actually an okay name. Okay. There we go. Now let's get the multi-mesher from Kinematic Lab. Multi-mesher. I have to select the first, I think. Yeah, let's move it to here. And I want them all to intersect. So let's see. I think it's all the boxes. There we go. And now we should have a version that's all intersected. Let's double check if everything is there. Yeah. I did notice this one is a bit low, so let's do that again. This one to be a bit higher. Actually, a bit more like this even. Reset all objects just in case. Let's get the multi-mesher again. Place it here. I'm gonna intersect them all. There we go. Move them about. As you can see, everything is intersected. There might be a few weird cuts going on, but most of the time this tool works good enough that I don't need to fix up a lot. I'm going to reset the object and center the pivot and move to origin and see if I can clean up a little bit, because I hate annoying polygons just like here, this one here. Should actually, in my opinion, have a cut. Actually, just one for it to see, okay. Apparently it's doing a better job now than it did when it just came out. Oh, there's one. Cuts like this are really annoying. And I want to clean those up. There. I really want to be sure that nothing like that exists. There's one here, another one here. This one could be cleaned up as well. Same with that one. Anything else? There we go. I might miss one or two. Just forgive me if I do. For now, this should be fine. I don't think we need this at the moment. Just about, just to be sure. And in theory, if you just relax this, you already have some weird low poly thing going on. I want to do a few little things. Just want to make sure everything is the same idea. I'm gonna quad this thing. Oh, hey, where did my... That's weird. Okay, just codified it, cleans it up a little bit more. I'm gonna add a few more polygons. There are a few ways to do it. I think in this case the codified mesh might actually help. Just a little bit more polygons should be fine. That's a bit much. I don't think that's for everything. Actually, I do think that's for everything. Total inspection. Fine. Okay, only 488 polygons. That should be more than enough. Yeah, that looks like a decent cloud. Nothing too special. Claps on. Here all. Alright. Obviously that does need a little bit more oomph, a bit more finesse, but I can easily add some of that. I tend to use FFDebox a lot. Oh, for some reason it's all the way over there. Let's see why that is. Give this over there. Oh, there it is. Okay. Top view. I think that's enough for now. Mesh doesn't need to be perfect. I think this is more than enough, especially if there are a few around. We can actually check that real quick. Let's place a few around the rotation offset and size offset. I think that will be decently okay. If not, we can always go back to the drawing board. It also helps if they are actually wide and not as reflective as they are at the moment in 3ds Max, but something easily done in Unreal Engine 4. Alright. Actually, let's make 2 different versions of this. Actually, going to relax it a bit more, this one. First, let's throw another FFD box at it. There. I got 2 clouds to play with, and it should be more than enough. Let's place them here. I don't need them at the moment. Let's get a plane going. I need a rather long plane. I think about 3 to 4 meters should be enough. And about 30, 40, let's try 30. And not too much length segments, but I do need quite a lot of width segments. So let's say 20, so 40 might actually be better. I'm going to apply the material first. There. Just to be sure. Okay, red is the first color. Alright. Yeah, you brain. I'm betting 180. Ooh. And the direction of 90. Yeah. Alright. Don't really need to unwrap this, I think. No. There. I do want the pivot to be here, so let's move the pivot. Enable snap. Move this thing, get the corner, move it there, and move that thing to 0, 0, 0. There. Okay, let's see. In Unreal Engine 4, I'll make it pan so that it starts invisible and then just pan towards this end. And maybe only then spawn some of the clouds there. I'll think about that. Might actually also be cool to have the clouds already there, but we'll see. What else do we need? Not much, I think. Most it will be done in shader and cascade. What I could do is actually have some particles that follow the same beginning. There are a few ways you can do that. You can actually just make this rotation inside of Unreal Engine 4 with a spring arm and make it rotate 180 degrees, or you can actually animate it in 3ds Max with a skeletal mesh and a few other ways. I'm actually I'm gonna make a short animation for this. I'm actually gonna grab that inner edge there and create a shape from it. I'm gonna keep it smooth there. Alright. Okay, I'm gonna make a small little triangle. Let's get a plane going here. Okay. There. And then get a path constraint and animation constraints, path constraint, and select this thing. Alright, now in 100 seconds this thing will move along this. Should actually be the other way around, but that's fine. I think you can actually fix that by selecting this path and selecting this. And then reverse. There, yeah. Okay, now I don't want this to be 100 frames long. I think I can get enough with 30 or 40. Let's go for 30, which is about half a second. So I'm gonna change some things here. And then 30. Actually gonna set FPS to 60 just in case. There. Oh, we can keep 60, I think. No, 30, more than enough. Okay. I think I need to change something here again. Because where are my path constraints? Oh man, I forgot. Back to 100 for a second. Hey, there you are. All the way to 30. There we go. We scale it back again to 30. Okay. But now if I actually render this out occasionally, it just will move from this point to all the way right instead of taking the curve. So I'm gonna make sure that doesn't happen. Set auto key and add frames every 5th frame. There. This should make it a lot cleaner. I can actually just. Hey, where's 15 again? 20. Alright. And it's going to be a skeletal mesh with an animation. We can actually ignore the mesh part. I'm just doing it for the animation. Okay. Skeletal mesh, rainbow front. One. Let's make sure not animating this. Move to 0, 0, 0. And RainBlow. There we go. Oh, underscore 1. And since I'm lazy, I'm gonna actually rename it like this. Base name static mesh RainBlow cloud. Numbered starting with 01. Rename. There we go. I'm gonna get a batch exporter for this. It's gonna be going to documents, art and design, work, particles, month, through, day 50, new folder called static mesh. All right. I'm gonna export these 3 first. All right. And then there's the little triangle. should be hiding here, and there it is. Still moving properly. And if everything goes right, and I export this, oh wait, let me copy the name first. Export selected. Click around a few times. And actually in this case I do need the animation. I'm going to bake the animation from 0 to 30 in 30 steps, because just in case. I don't need the deformations. No curves, no nothing. I don't want the cameras, I don't want the lights. No embedded media. Okay, and that should be it. Save. Now we need Photoshop. Okay, Photoshop is open. Now already I do have a cloud texture here, which is just the colors of the rainbow and a little bit of black on the sides. I don't think I need anything else but this. Let's see, what else do I need? I need something to mask out the edges when it moves to left or right, and that shouldn't be too hard. I only need a small texture for that. And there. Okay, make it black. And I need this to be white. What will be the best way to actually start this? I actually need to copy this real quick. So I actually know where to start. Right. From here to about here. Should be fine for white. But I also need some custom edges. Which I'm just gonna do with this. And there. I don't really need to do this, but in my opinion it does add to the effect. I really don't like that edge there. I'm actually gonna get this cube, make it a little bit smaller here, so I have a bit more control over where the edge ends. There, a little bit higher even. A bit too high. There, that's one side. Alright, that should be more than enough. I actually do want to mask out a little bit of the edges here, and since the bottom is going to be black, just going to add a new layer, get black, and a little bit of this. Now I could actually even do a little bit of additional damage. You probably won't notice it, but we can try, see if there's any cool results. Probably gonna distort UV anyway, but okay. So basically, let me actually merge first. Now when the texture starts, I'll make sure that it starts all the way over here. And then when it pans in, it will just pan accordingly until it's about here, and then does this. Okay. I think that explains it all. What else do I need? I need something to mask this. Let's see what the best way to do this is. Yeah, idea. I'm gonna get this layer, paste it here. Get this layer, paste it there, and the blue layer up here. And now when I combine them all, it should be almost white. Okay, that's close enough, I think, to get something that I want. Hearts, please, thank you. Just get this white as well. Alright, just get another layer to fill this. And this will be my rainbow mask. Not sure why there are still dots over there. That's another thing. There we go. Now we got this for the pattern effect, that for just the regular mask. What else do we need? I need a normal map for the distortion, but since I already got a few of those, I won't be making a new one. What else? I don't think I need anything else at the moment. If I do, then I can always add that to here. I don't need a texture for the clouds either, so yeah, I think I'm done with layers. Okay, let me get this one. Actually, let's put the panner in RGB in the green channel. Ooh, image size should be 1024. There, and the last one I'm actually going to keep black. Okay. Come on, make everything black. Okay, I'm gonna save this. Save as. Quick access, work, yada yada. You know this by now. New folder texture. PNG. Texture RainBlow masks. That should be enough. No compression. And I actually do need to resave this because at the moment it has a weird name and I don't want that here. So there we go. And call it actually just RainBlow. Okay. I think that's all we need. I do need to unwrap the clouds a little bit, but it's only very minimal because they're going to be definitely a regular generic base color. But I do want to unwrap them just in case. So let's do that real quick. Okay, let's see. Okay, that actually makes it very annoying to see. Let me just change the color real quick. Okay. Let's get a few edges going. It's gonna be the top part. Okay. Does need to be perfect in this case, but I also hate very unclean stuff. There, shape-wise, that should be more than enough. Okay. That's one. That's two. Oh. It's gonna be three. I think that's the last one. Yeah. No inversion, no overlapping, that's more than enough. Then just make sure everything's scaled correctly and fits here. There. No, it doesn't need to be perfect in this case. It should be more than enough. There. The other mesh does have the same amount of polygons. We can try something. Not sure if it's gonna work. I'm gonna copy this one. Collapse all. And get the other cloud. If I can find it. There we go. On red. Select all and paste. And it actually works because the poly count is the same and the shapes are the same, just morphed a little bit. So I probably need to do this once, rearrange them a little bit. First make sure that everything's about the same size. Yeah. This there. Okay. Export the clouds. I'm gonna delete all the old stuff from here. There. Now it's time to open Unreal Engine 4. We got Unreal Engine 4 booted up. I always use the same project, my own toolbox. Control B, where are you? Console browser, there we are. And it basically has all the particles I ever made and ever purchased and everything that Epic ever made. So I can easily test things out if I need to. And let's see, month 2, week 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, week 4 finally. Alright, new folder. Week 4. new folder, and day 50. Score RainBlow, and a new folder for textures, a new folder for static meshes, and a new folder for materials. Let's fill the textures one first. Go to the right folder here, RainBlow, textures, and drag and drop them in. Wait a few seconds. Yeah, there we go. Okay, the rainbow texture should just be fine. It is effects. There we go. No alpha going on. We can use sRGB for this. So that's all fine. And the masks should also be in effects. And normally I would set this to masks, but I kind of feel like this would only be useful if it's actually really black and white masks and not grayscale stuff. So I'm always going to use this default for now, because I don't feel masks doing anything for me that helps. sRGB should be off, compress without alpha. And let's see, everything should be clamped. There. Save. Okay. And the rainbow should actually be clamped horizontally, so that's on the x-axis. Wait, or should it be y-axis? That's the y-axis, I think. Or else my brain is having a fart. Okay, let's get the static meshes going. Just gonna drag and drop them. Okay, need to be sure that the first one is actually skeleton mesh. Yes, skeleton none. Yada yada, impose animation, import animations. Exported time should be enough. Import, and all the others should be static meshes. There we go. Just want to blah blah blah. Remove your regenerates, yada yada. Okay, let's see if everything goes accordingly. This looks fine. And there we have the weird freaking issue again, where it doesn't take everything as it should be, so I'll need to figure that out later. For now, that's fine. Save them all. Okay. Apparently I was streaming again, accidentally. Turn that off. Let's start first material. Material and RainBlow 1. Get the rainbow static mesh. And get the textures going. Let's get the mask distortion, which is nothing more than manipulating the U's and the V's a little bit to distort them. Get a normal map. And I think 21 is actually a decent result, but I think 1 was good as well. Eventually I should make a few more. Okay. Let's lower this strength a little bit. So there is just a little bit of distortion going on, which makes the rainbow look way more cartoony and nice. I do want to change the size of this map a little bit. Start 10 and 1. There you go. As you can see, it makes all the difference. 5 makes it a bit more stretchy, 1 makes it more like actual lines. I think 3 should be enough. You can also try to increase this, see what happens here, but I think in this case 1 or 0.5. And let's just do 1. Alright. Gives a nice rainbowy result. Okay, I do want this to be translucent, unlit. Two-sided is needed in this case, but might actually be nice. Okay. The opacity here is actually in the green, or in the no, it was in the red channel. There, it's still taking a little bit back. That's too bad. We'll see about that later. Gonna make it a lot brighter. About 10 times as bright, maybe. 5. Should be more than enough. Okay. I can actually check if that masking will... Oh yeah, that looks way better with the distortion on. Alright. And I think if you actually make it move a little bit faster as well, we get a bit more powerful looking rainbow. I want to see the G channel first, and at the moment it looks like it's moving upwards a little. That should be fine. Oh. Yeah, that's the way I want it, and this should be about 1.67, I think. Yeah. Then again, can I actually see the grid? It should be moving the other way, so there. Okay, it's almost the whole rainbow already. But now some opacity magic. What will be the best way to do this? I needed to pan from left to right. So let's see. Gonna get a panner. And I'm gonna preview it like this. I only need the green channel. The time, the axis should be 1. And for time, I'm actually gonna use a lerp from -1 to 1. And to see if it works, I'm gonna get the Luos time sign, which is nothing special. It's literally just a sine remapped, a climb, multiplying the time going on. fade in and out. There. I'm not fond of the stripes that it actually has here. They aren't as present when I zoom in. But I doubt that those will give a good result when actually multiplying with the opacity here. You can check that. And there. Stop the preview. Yeah, I was afraid of that. Okay, let's get back to that texture and see if we can do anything to make that less present. That's also something I tend to really dislike with UE4 compression, but not much you can do about that, right? Okay, I'm gonna add a few more black splotches here and there. Just so I'm sure that there's nothing weird going on. Oh. Actually, gonna increase the opacity to 100. Actually, I'm gonna do it like this, and then a layer underneath, make it black. Merge them. Okay. Paste it back in this green channel. And save it again. Re-import the texture. Okay, that's way better. I actually want to see if I can actually add some of the distortion into it. I was afraid that would happen. Let's make it a bit slower to get a better view of this. Okay, that does look kind of cool. Sadly, distortion is too high. Do I want to make a separate one just for this effect? It might actually be cool though. But let's see. What if I actually multiply this by 2 and then plug it in? Okay. No results. Let's get a second distortion. There. And reduce this to maybe even lower than 0.05, but we'll see. And there's still a little bit going on. It's almost to the point that it's getting useless. And there's still some bullshit going on when you zoom out. Long live compression. Guess I could disable this, but in this case I think I'll be needing this, else the result won't look nice when far away. I think that's actually most of the rainbow already done. Now the speed will actually be controlled by something else then instead of the time sign. We'll get there in a few. clean it up a little bit because OCD. So this is all distortion control. There. Just textures. Nothing special going on there. And this will be replaced by a dynamic node. Now I could actually remove the lerp and actually go from -1 to 1 in the parameter here, or I can just go from 0 to 1 here and let the lerp control the additional stuff. Both are fine, and calculation wise it shouldn't matter that much, so I'm just going to do it like this. If you want to have optimal optimization, you would just do this and control the -1 to 1 in the dynamic parameter. Okay, give it a name and call it RainBlow banner. There, and initially it should be invisible. You can actually set the starting location here. So at 0 it should actually be invisible. So let me rotate this. 1 to -1. There. Okay. And that's it for the rainbow. Now for the cloud, which is quite a simple texture. Oh, engine content, why you show up? New material. And RainBlow cloud 01. Gonna get the rainbow cloud mesh. This one should be very simple. It should be unlit, opaque, not two-sided. The color should be slightly off white, close to the yellowish. Okay. And apply that to emissive color. It's actually the whole cloud, but I want to add a little bit more detail. So I'm going to get a Fresnel. I'm going to multiply that with this color, but a little bit darker. About there. And I think multiplying them will be enough. If not, I'm going to do some masking. Okay, expect it to be the other way around. This does look kind of cool though, but I want it the other way around. So we get a lerp, get the dark in here, the bright in here. Why is my Fresnel not working? Alright. You should go in there, I think. Let's make this a lot darker. There we go. getting there, 0.5 maybe. And a bit more dark over here, almost black. Just tweak it a little bit. Just fine tuning now. Okay, I think that's about it. Cloud shape wise, should be more than enough. I do want to give it a little bit of motion. And nothing too special. So I'm gonna get a vertex world space. There, I'm gonna get myself a cloud texture. Luos cloud, I think, should give something, yeah. I think panning should be more than enough. Multiply that by, I don't know, let's try 5. And then multiplying that with the vertex world space and into the world position offset. And that is ugly as bleep. And that's probably because the way I unwrapped it. Which actually shouldn't be that much of a problem, which is kind of odd. Let's try something else. Actually kind of weird. It never happened to me before, even with weird unwrapping. That's odd. Unwrap. I want to see the second channel. There we go, that looks better. Slightly, but it looks better. And now it should have the weird movement going on. Yeah. And all of a sudden the texture looks totally different. What's... Huh? What? Okay, that's odd. Oh well. There, it should be a bit slower. This way the cloud has some movement, which actually gives it a bit of a more alive feel. should only be quite slow, so I'm actually going to make it a little slower still. It should be just enough. And there's also something called particle random time in there, which is just a random value. And every time a particle spawns, this will be changed. So I'm actually going to combine that with the time. Actually, I'm going to combine it with the Luos time. Where are you? There. So this gives a random value between 0 and 1 every time the particle spawned. I'm going to lerp that between 0.1 and 0.7 should be enough. Oh, not 10.7, 0.7. There. So every time this particle gets spawned, the speed of this panning effect should be different. And that's just a little kind of a randomization effect. And that should be it for the clouds. I can make them a little bit brighter. Let's actually do that. Two should be more than enough, right? Yeah, I don't want them to be too emissive. So 2. Alright. And that's all there is to it for this thing. Do really need to comment this out. Oh, why not? Color. Alright, and cloud displacement. Not really displacement, but okay. How does the other clouds look like? Alright. Are you also moving a little bit? Oh yeah, a little bit. More than enough. Okay, now I want that animation that was going wrong to work. Come on. It doesn't make any freaking sense because it's actually moving correctly here. And that's really, really pissing me off. I remember that happening before, and I also remember solving it, but for the love of me, I can't remember that. Auto key. Just gonna be sure that I did it all correctly. I'm gonna do it again. Export selected. This should be fine. Animations, bake animation, let's do just one step. And 0 deformations. I have no idea if this works, so let's just pick it. Save all just in case and re-import. There we go. Now it's jumping around. Whee! Alright, I'm gonna add a socket to this. Add socket. Just gonna particles Actually, smarter name will be shock particles. And look at it go. I actually don't need the mesh, but it's part of the animation. So I just tend to make a small texture for it that hides it. Scale mesh. Oh. Make a small material for it. I already do have one over here, but I can just show you how it's done. It's very easy actually. Just go to mask, there, and actually put 0 into the opacity mask, and it's invisible. That's it. That's all there's to it. To reduce any of the calculations, I'm actually going to change a few little things. I set it to on lit. I'm actually going to disable tangent space normals, which also helps a little bit. And that's most of the things to be enabled, disabled. And that should only be a fraction of the instructions. There. The sparks that are going to be in front of the animation will be there later. Let's see. Stupid name change, thing change. There. And now whenever I open it, I'll probably have 5 of the 50 folders, but okay. New folder. Particles. Or RainBlow. The setup for this is very simple. Okay, let's make it static mesh. System, type data, new mesh data. Get the control browser again, get the static mesh going. Let's start with the rainbow actually. Get the rainbow going, override the material, and select the correct material, which is this one. Use local space, kill and complete it. Also kill and deactivate. Anything else? It should only be looping once. The lifetime I'm not sure yet, but we'll see about that later. The lifetime, I think 1.5 seconds for now is more than enough. Okay, normally when you have a rate, it always starts at a certain value, and I hate that, so I always just go select constant again. It changes it instantly to 0. Saves a few clicks, and then just go to the burst list and get 1. Okay, for now that's more than enough. I don't need color over live in this case. Get a parameter going, which is connected to the dynamic node in the material. Gonna refresh the module so everything shows up in the parameters here. There's the RainBlow panel. And I'm gonna get that as a constant curve. Get 2 elements going. It starts at 0 with the value of 0 and it ends at 1 with the value of 1, and there we go. Now, as you can see, it's already disappearing again, which is kind of a shame. So there are a few things you can do. You can actually change the lifetime and then change the values in here, or actually make this die out and spawn another same rainbow. But I want to be sure that all the effects in the rainbow are exactly the same, so I'm going to just change the lifetime to about 3. There we go. And then the dynamic, I'm actually going to change this in value to 0.5. So now it will be 1.5 seconds around before it disappears again. There. And that's more than enough. What else I'm gonna change? The initial size should be much smaller. It's probably 100 or 25. It should just be 1. If you press focus, the F button on the keyboard, you'll zoom in. Alright, anything else that needs to be done? We don't need rotation, we don't need anything else actually. There. Okay. Let's call this one RainBlow. Get a new particle emitter going. Again, type data static mesh. And in this case, we want the clouds, both of them, but you can only select one sadly. It would be nice to have an array, but maybe in Niagara. Static meshes, get the first cloud going. Also overwrite the material. Get the right material going in the required node. Use local space, kill on deactivate and kill on complete. And also loop once. And initial size, initial velocity, yada yada. It's all way too big. It's actually so big at the moment that the clouds are covering this camera, which is why you didn't see them. Now you do. Okay, I don't want them to emit really high, so I'm actually going to use a cylinder for this, for the location. And get cylinder. There we go. Start radius should be enough, 25. Start height, on the other hand, should be really low, only like 5. Even then, I'm still gonna disable positive C and negative C. Surface only is not needed. Velocity would make them move out a little bit, but that's a bit meh. The lifetime should be 3 seconds. It should instantly start, so let's say it always starts with 5 of these clouds. And to vary them up, I'm going to add a rotation, initial mesh rotation, which rotates them around a little bit. And I think the nicest would actually be if it's mostly the Z rotation, and only a little bit of X and Y. There. I'm actually gonna enable negative C and positive C again. Right, and now this left clouds 1. Actually duplicate and share emitter and only change the mesh data. Yes, and get the other cloud mesh going. There, an initial size, I'm actually going to change that to an uniform between 0.5 and 1.2. There. And then I'm going to decide if I'm actually happy with it, and I'm totally not. Now it's just a bit of finding the right values to get it going properly. I'm going to increase the cylinder a little bit. That looks a bit better. Still not totally perfect, but okay. Yeah, in the end I didn't really like those clouds, but okay. Spawn a few more, let's say 7 of each. And also add a little bit of rotation rate. Only a little. 0.01, 0.01. There, so there's a little bit of rotation going on, but only a little. Oh, the clouds are not that bad, but I might redo them in a bit. Okay. And I need my toolkit. I got a main tool. I'm just gonna pick one of those. And I'm gonna export the left clouds one. Find this emitter in the content browser again. Export this clouds again, so it's back into the other emitter, but as a copy. There we go. I'm gonna call this right clouds. And this under initial start location should be about 200, I think. Still 182. 200 should be fine. Okay. Emitter duplicate and share emitter. And again, just hold down Control and drag to change the mesh data and get the other clouds again. There. I'm actually going to move the cylinder a little bit, like 190 there. Okay, that's actually everything there is for the rainbow. I'm gonna clean up the clouds a little bit because my OCD is kicking in. I'm gonna just do a few simple sphere shapes. Let's get some geospheres maybe. Actually, yeah, geospheres it will be. There. Do we want octa or tetra? Let's do octa, fuck it. Okay, let's get a few of them going. Make it a bit smaller. There. Get another one here. Okay, and a really small one. There, do we want one on top as well? Yes, we do. There. There's one cloud, and let's quickly make another one as well. Wait, do we want to do it like this? Do we want to copy and paste and just... Okay, let's try this first. Gonna go back to the kinematic lab there. Go to measure, click somewhere. Actually, hide everything else. Get this. Go to intersect. Click on the plus. Select all the spheres. Add. There we go. It's a bit of a mess. Not a mesh, but a bit of a mess. But it should be fine. I'll collapse it to an editable poly. Select all the vertices, weld first, ask questions later. Send it to pivot and move this to 0 over here. Now there's a lot of stuff I need to clean up to make this look proper. And that can be actually quite annoying. I just need to be careful that I don't select everything, but the easier way is just to select weld. And get to a point where I'm like, okay, that's more than enough. My name is lazy today and I don't want to mess everything up, but come on, a little bit higher. This should be about enough. There might be a few polygons here and there that might be a bit messy, but it should be fine. Let's clean up a few of them because OCD. But overall taken, nothing to worry about, I think. This isn't the best mesh job, but oh well. That one is actually really ugly. There, fix that. There are a few ugly ones as well. We can't save them all, of course, but okay. Now we actually don't need to properly unwrap this, but let's see. That's one cloud. Let's make another one real quick. Same technique. Just move these around a little bit. Make the big one a bit more on the outer side. There. This one over here. Actually get another one that's a bit bigger. Make everything a little bit smaller. There. Okay, I'm just gonna codify this real quick. Not does it help anything, but it just looks cleaner. Okay, and the same thing goes for this one. Save real quick, get the multi-measure again. Select only the multi-measure and the things I want to merge. Hide everything else. Intersect all the geospheres. Okay, these ones can go now. Oh, multi-measure is still active. That's poly now, these ones can go. Center pivot, move to 0. Select all the vertices, weld first, and probably around 6 should be fine. Let's see. Yeah, 1.6 looks okay. And a few manual ones, because they look really ugly. Just follow the edges of the clouds and we'll get everywhere. Okay. Next edge. That one was really ugly. And I think that's most of the ugly ones, so that should be fine now. Now I have 2 new clouds to play with. I think they are a bit big. Rescale them a little bit. reset the objects and rename them. And actually already deleted the clouds, did I? Yes, I did. Okay. Let me get the names from the clouds there. It's going to be Rainbow Cloud 1. It's going to be Rainbow Cloud 2. Select them, export them again. Overwrite them, yes. Alright. Get back to the content browser here. Control E. Save all just in case. Static meshes and re-import. There. I'm going to change the initial sizes a little bit. So 5. And spawn a few less. I think 5 of each should be fine. There you go. Now, I want to try something. I'm going to kill the cylinder. Let's get initial location sphere. Copy them. 40 should be enough, and only the positive C should be off, and only the bottom half of the sphere should be available. And and this one should have X on 190. There. Let's see if I actually make them a bit bigger. Oh. And it's a bit better. Could still be a bit more optimal. The clouds could be better looking, but meh. I think eventually, let's go to 200 again. What a happy cloud. Okay, yeah, that works. Okay, let's go back to dynamic. Actually make it a curve auto. I should start a little bit slower and end faster. And then the fun finish mesh applications the way they are now, but okay, that looks way more solid in my humble opinion. I want to double check the smoothing groups on these though. Should all be one smoothing group, one ID. There. And the UV maps are actually fine on both 1 second channels. That's wrong, this thing. There. Export them again. Okay, that's it for now. Clouds look okay-ish, could be better, but could also be way worse. Alright. Now one last thing, and something I haven't done in a long while, so I might actually mess that up quite a bit. I need blueprint. Oh, hello engine content, why are you appearing again? Stop doing that, please, thank you. I just need a regular blueprint, so I'm actually going to copy the one I already made. Day 50, copy folder here, blueprint. And day 15, spawn RainBlow. Open it. Okay, let's do the delay a little bit bigger for now. And RainBlow should be here. I'll save. Can rename this RainBlow as well. Okay, and now I need to add a component skeletal mesh. It's going to be the RainBlow socket. Skeletal mesh. Let's see, where are you? Alright. Animation mode. Let me think. Material should be where are you? Skull mesh hider, okay. What else do I need to do? And then to play this one, it should not be looping, it should not be playing. And the particle, I'm just gonna get a random particle for now. And you should be attached to okay, how did I do that again? Attach the socket. Let's actually start playing this. There we go. Okay, it actually follows the thing. It looks a bit small, don't you think?
Hello.
That's probably because I need to time it now. Okay, 60 frames per second. I use 30, so it's half a second. think this should be about there. Okay, too slow. That's better. Okay, remove this particle for now. Compile, save, and make a few sparkles. So yesterday I already made a few sparkle thingies. Let's see if I can actually show them. There. And I can basically just use those. I don't see any reason why I should not. So I'm gonna actually use this, but I'm gonna alter it a little bit. I'm gonna just duplicate this real quick. So back to the content browser. Copy this material. Copy here. Called RainBlow Spark. Pardon me. Where are you? Right there. And I'm actually going to change something. I'm going to do a U shift. This shift the U over time. So it needs a texture, but or a color. In this case, this is going to be the color. There we go. Put the results in here. And if I use a Luos time thing, or just actually a record time, should be fine. I'm going to show you. There. Over time it changes color, which is nice. But we want a little bit more control over this, so that not all the particles that get emitted start at the same color. So the particle random time should work for that, I guess. Particle random. I hope it does in this case. And I'm gonna add that to the time. So now every time it spawns, it gets a random starting color. I hope that actually works. And I think it might be nice if it was a little bit brighter. There. And you can just be a regular 5. Okay. That should do it. And get a new particle going. So new particle system or RainBlow sparks 01. Okay, make it. I don't actually need GPU system for this, but it's fine if I do. So let's just try and use that. Talk-Turial RainBlow sparks required to get them going. And as you can see, there's already a multitude of colors, even though that's because of the random. So not all the colors are the same. I can actually show you that if I disable the random, there, and save, they all have the same color. So the random particle value can be really, really handy. There we go. I think a cylinder in this case might be best, because that follows the lines of the rainbow a bit better than a sphere. So let's try that. Kill the initial velocity. Location should be in cylinder. And that cylinder should be on the y-axis in this case. Let's see if that's correct. Let's make this 10 and start height 15. Yeah. Okay. 20 and 50 should be more than enough. positive, negative velocity. Do we need that? Might actually be quite nice. And let's spawn a bleep loop more. Start with spawning 100 at start there, and additional 100 there. Might be a bit off. I'm gonna tweak it, but no local space. Kill on deactivate, kill on complete. Should only kill on complete in this case. That should be fine. Limited duration. Let's just keep it at 3 seconds. Size by life. Where are you? Size by life. Constant curve. And let's add 2. So when it starts at 0. And after 0.05 seconds, they are already at full size, and they slowly shrink again at 1. There. You could actually add another one and actually start with 0.4, so start with 2 at 0.1. There again. That way you get a bit more of like a as you can see. But in this case we don't need that, so I'm actually going to remove this one there and reduce this to 0.5. I'm also going to give them a little bit of rotation for variation, and also a rotation rate. And actually that's all I need for this effect. I'm going to save. I'm going to go back to the blueprint I made, or copied more like it. And the content browser actually get that particle emitter, the sparks, place it in here, attach it to the rainbow socket, tell it to attach it to the RainBlow front. Compile in the viewport, as you can see, it moves. There. And it should actually time-wise be about half that. So required, let's do 1.75. So there are a few sparks going on when it hits the other side. And because the rainbow is actually not linear in animation, the custom time dilation, all that kind of stuff is a bit off. So I might actually need to go back and just set that rainbow to not be curved, but just linear. That way it moves equally to the animation in the blueprint. I still consider it a bit too slow, and in this case I also need these sparks to have a camera offset. This means that they will be closer to the camera than they actually are visually, and that helps with sometimes with overlapping and that kind of stuff. But GPU particles don't have camera. Okay, that's correct. Another way to solve that isn't really. So I actually need to kill the GPU sprites. But that might mess up some other stuff. Yeah. Okay. Guess it's a fuck it situation. I just have to keep it like this. I'm just gonna tweak the time a little bit of the socket. I think 4 or 5 should be enough in this case. Or actually faster, sorry. Simulate. I want them to be a little bit faster still. There we go. Okay, anything else that needs to be done here? The lifetime should be a bit more random, so 0.4 to 0.9. Actually going to spawn a lot more by doubling the rate scale. That should be fine. I want them to be a bit smaller though. So initial size, let's say 10 to 20. There. And the cylinder should be a little bit smaller as well. So let's try 17 and actually make the start height 30. There. Jump now for this one. Jump now for that one. Okay. Okay, it activates the sparks. Do we need to restart the animation? I do think we need that. Let's see. Reset. No. Okay, let me try and find that again. I think I made one for my elemental pack. Not that one. Those marketplace content? No. Oh yeah. Luos magic. There you are. Blueprints. I think it's in the ice one. This might take a while to load. My dog is walking. Apologies for that. Yeah, play animation. That's the one. Okay. So I just need to play animation now. Play animation. There. And that should solve the problems. Okay, compile, save. Make sure everything's set correctly. Not in normally playing. And just in case, I also want these not to play, always play. So I did disable that. Yeah. Okay. Don't see it anywhere, so that should be fine. Let's see. There we go. And that's all there is to this particle. Yeah, since I'm still talking, and normally I always set up the level as well, so I can do it real quick. Save all the things, save all. So basically when I set up a level, in most cases I just delete everything I don't need. Might actually be nice to have the background in this case. Just remove this, Ctrl B for this thing all the way back to week 4 of this month. Get the blueprint, place it in the center of the level, make sure it is in the center of the level. Press escape to deselect it. G hides all the contents, editor stuff. Ooh, okay. Now it would actually be fun to also have some thunder going out of this one to actually make a really cool effect. That might actually be a cool magic if you have actually proper clouds, unlike these. And then the moment the rainbow hits the cloud, it shoots all kinds of thunder and rain. That would actually be really cool. But it's not for the scope of this thing. Maybe I'll add it later. And maybe add some different kind of effect for the clouds as well. Maybe add some small smoke effect around it to add a little bit more of oomph. Because they look kind of glowy and flattish, but that's fine for now. So yeah, even though this is still kind of a particle effect, oh I saw a bug there, you could also do all of this inside of a blueprint besides the small sparkles you see there. So this is, you can consider this a particle effect, but it's basically just some kind of effect. Not a particle effect, but just an effect. Okay, watch it one more time. I'm a bit bothered by sometimes the rainbow edge being visible here. Let's see if that happens another time. There's an easy fix for that though. Actually, let's just do it just in case to clean up all the things. Now let's just get an additional left cloud, emitter, duplicate and share. Same mesh, but same required, but a different spawn. I only want it to spawn 1. And I don't want it to disappear. I always want it at the same location. So, and the rainbow should be there as well. As you can see now, it always has this cloud here. And if I want to be even more sure, I can actually change the initial size to 1 here. So it's always there. It always has big cloud in the core. Let's make it constant to be even more consistent. There, it's always like this now. It does rotate, but the cloud is always good for the rainbow. And let's do the same with the right cloud. Emitter, duplicate and share. I should call this single left cloud, single cloud left, and call this single cloud right. And there. Create a new initial size, make it a constant, 1.5. There. I don't need the sphere for this one, but I do need an initial location because it's offset. So initial location, and that should be 190 on the X. So let's make this one single, this one as well, and also show the rainbow. Oh yeah, I need to change the spawn rate still, that's right. So it only emits one of them there. That way you're always sure that the rainbow is hidden at the edges. Okay, I think that's it for this effect. There we go. We have a rainbow. Yeah, okay, that's it for this actual tutorial. I'm not sure whenever I have time to make another one, but I had some time left today. Sad thing is, it will take me hours to actually export this properly through Premiere, but well, I hope you learned something from this. If not, I can't help it. Alrighty, take care and see you later.